Hey there, it's me again. It's Saad. Today this is gonna be my last video, most probably on thermodynamics. I'm gonna explain some concepts like how the zeroth law, first law, second law, and third law, how they apply in real life and what has been done with them. So first, let's do the zeroth law. What happens is the zeroth law is it's used for thermometers. Yes, thermometers measure temperature by using the zeroth law of thermodynamics because it says that the thermal equilibrium thing, thermometers use that to go up and down. I know it seems crazy. How did they do that? But they just did that. It's really clever. That's why I said it's really complicated though, and each of them I'm going to have to explain. But the zeroth law of thermodynamics, they used thermometers, they built thermometers based on the zeroth law. Now let's go from the first law. The first law of thermodynamics, I've already said this in my video about the first law, but coal and the power plants, they use the first law of thermodynamics. The coal, they burn it, change the state, make it vapor, heat energy, and then they turn it into mechanical energy, and then they turn it into electric energy, and then light energy. That's all the first law of thermodynamics. The second law of thermodynamics, tell me what it was again. What happens is the thermodynamics second law is when it moves around, and the entropy, remember? I don't think I talked to you about the entropy. Entropy, enthalpy. Yeah, I think I did. But just to make sure I did. The second law of thermodynamics says that every action has an equal. I'm kidding. Got you. That was funny. Okay, what happens is this second law of thermodynamics, because it's about entropy, remember? So what happens is those little things. Um, what happens is that gaseous state has higher entropy. Because let me just rephrase second law of thermodynamics. Um, because I told you right that the balloons always go this way. They always blow out air, but they never do the other way around. Let me say that in different words. Let's say there's a cup of hot tea. The let's say, no, I'll give you a better example. Frozen water. When you freeze water, everything is very orderly. And they're all like, they don't move around much. Not like, hey there, I'm just gonna change my seat in the plane. No, you have to stick to your seat. So they don't move around much. They're very ordered. And so they have low entropy. High entropy is when something's really random. So let's say steam. The water vapor is going here, and then it goes there, and then it goes there. So it has a very high entropy. Entropy is literally randomness. I didn't say this in the second law video. I'm just saying it now. Entropy is randomness. And there's a universal law, something I didn't mention before, that I think I did actually. Yes, I did. The universe is in a constant state of higher and higher entropy. As I was saying, heat is escaping from the cup and is constantly going to the universe and getting lost. Even though it's so technically, you'll never always get everything you put in, something will always go out. But imagine you take a piece of glass, low entropy, because it's all ordered, and you smash it. Suddenly the pieces just went random. So that's suddenly a high entropy. You just easily put low entropy into high entropy. But how easy is it to take those pieces of glass and put it together again? Very, very hard. In fact, it's almost impossible. You have to melt it all over again. So the universe is in a constant ascent of entropy. And you might be thinking, okay, so what are the applications? Well, yes, the applications are cup of tea, and actually heat engines use this too. So yeah, heat engines use it too. So what happens is now the third law of thermodynamics. What is it? Absolute zero. Remember, 0 Kelvin? There's no such thing as negative Kelvin, -1, -2, because that's when it absolutely stops. And it's impossible to get to 0 Kelvin again, as I said. We've barely gotten there. It's like we're so close, but it's impossible. So this is actually used to measure heat too, because they know now, according to the zeroth law, actually the third law of thermodynamics, the more molecules move around, the higher the heat. So this is also used to measure heat too. These were the third law of thermodynamics. This marks the end of the thermodynamics discussion. See you later, alligator.